All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
It's great to be back.
You know, we love to explore these kind of unusual what-if scenarios.
That's right. Those ideas that really get you thinking.
Absolutely. And today's no different.
Oh, yeah. Today's a fun one.
We're tackling a really interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, and this one's kind of a doozy.
It asks, what if New Year's resolutions were banned?
Banned completely. That's the premise.
Totally outlawed, starting January 1st, 2025.
No more resolutions.
Now, the source we found this in doesn't actually go into why they'd be banned.
No, it's really just posing the question.
Yeah, it's like, what if this just happened?
Imagine waking up and boom, resolutions are illegal.
Exactly. So that's where we come in.
Yeah, we're going to dig into that.
We're not here to argue if resolutions are good or bad or if you should or shouldn't make them.
No, we're going deeper than that.
It's about exploring the potential consequences of this ban.
The ripple effects,
Like a thought experiment with real-world implications.
Exactly. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
Yeah, let's do. Okay, so imagine it's January 1st, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up and suddenly making resolutions is against the law.
Oh my gosh.
What's going through your head at that moment?
I think the first thing would be just pure shock.
Right? Like, is this a joke?
What do you mean I can't set goals for myself?
Exactly. And then you go online and social media is just exploding.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
It's like new year, new law, trending everywhere.
People would be freaking out.
Totally. But once the dust settles, we have to ask why.
Yeah. What could possibly be the motivation behind such a drastic measure?
Like, who benefits from banning resolutions?
Well, it's easy to jump to like a dystopian Big Brother scenario, right?
Oh, totally. The government controlling our thoughts.
Exactly. But let's try to be a little more nuanced.
Okay, so maybe it's not about control, but protection.
Protection.
Yeah, like maybe they think they're doing us a favor.
Interesting. How so?
Well, we all know most resolutions fail.
Right. Statistically speaking, it's true.
And that can leave people feeling pretty discouraged.
Oh, for sure. It's a blow to your self-esteem.
Exactly. So maybe this fictional ban is like a weird form of paternalism.
Like we're from the government, we're here to protect your feelings kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe it's a social commentary.
Oh, that's an interesting angle.
Well, like, think about the pressure we face to constantly improve ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Always striving for more.
Be thinner, richer, more productive.
Well, it never ends, does it?
Nope. And maybe this ban is pushing back against that.
Like a rebellion against hustle culture.
Exactly. Like saying, hey, you're already enough. Just be you.
I like that. Take a deep breath and just exist.
Right now, all of that's pretty abstract.
It is. It's very philosophical.
So let's get a little more concrete.
All right, I'm ready.
Think about the industries that thrive on New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yeah, there are tons of them.
Gyms, diet companies, self-help apps, the list goes on.
Absolutely. They make bank in January.
So in this resolution-free world, what happens to them?
Well, some would definitely take a hit.
Yeah, those that rely heavily on that January surge.
Exactly like gyms with those aggressive New Year, New You campaigns.
Oh yeah, those would need a serious rebrand.
But I also think this scenario could breed innovation.
Really? How so?
Well, imagine gyms shifting from those short-term appearance-based goals.
Like lose 10 pounds in 10 days.
Right, and instead focusing on long-term well-being.
So less about fitting into that swimsuit by summer.
Yeah, and more about feeling good year-round.
That's a pretty positive spin, actually.
Right, it could revolutionize the fitness industry.
And it's not just gyms. Diet companies might have to ditch those crash diets.
And focus on sustainable, healthy lifestyle changes.
Yeah, and self-help might move away from quick fixes.
And toward deeper personal development.
So it's like the whole landscape of self-improvement gets reshaped.
Yeah, pretty much a total paradigm shift.
But let's zoom out a bit and talk about the social implications.
Okay, how would this ban affect our interactions?
Like, imagine you're at a New Year's party.
Everyone's mingling, having fun.
And someone asks you, what's your resolution?
Oh gosh, that question.
And you're like, it's illegal to have one.
Can you imagine the awkward silence?
I know, right? Would those conversations just vanish?
Maybe. And honestly, good riddance, some might say.
Aha, true. But I think we'd find new ways to talk about our goals.
Yeah, we're social creatures, we like to share.
So it might be more organic, less performative.
Right, like instead of broadcasting our resolutions on January 1st.
We'd have more personal conversations throughout the year.
Based on what's truly important to us at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. A more authentic approach.
Now that brings us to a really crucial question.
Okay, what's that?
Would removing the structure of resolutions actually make us less likely to pursue positive change?
That's a good point, because that deadline can be motivating.
It can, but it's a double-edged sword.
How so?
Well, there's a lot of research on intrinsic motivation.
Meaning,
The drive to do something comes from within you, not from external pressure.
oh, so it's not about relying on that New Year's pressure cooker.
Right. It's about finding the internal drive to make changes that align with your values.
That makes sense. So maybe a resolution ban wouldn't stop people from setting goals.
Exactly. It might even make them more intentional.
Wow. This deep dive took us to some pretty unexpected places.
It did. We covered a lot of ground.
We went from picturing a resolution police force
Right.
to discussing the nuances of human motivation.
It shows you that even seemingly simple ideas can have really profound and far-reaching consequences.
Absolutely. And it leaves us with a lot to think about.
It does. And for you listening, we want to leave you with a question.
A final thought to ponder.
As we head into this new year, with the potential for everything to change,
If resolutions were banned, how would you feel?
would you feel relieved?
Or would you rebel and set secret goals anyway?
Would you embrace the freedom from that self-imposed pressure?
It's a fascinating question to consider as we step into the unknown.
It really is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.